Ladies, please always be prepared for a man to switch up on you.
Hey, beautiful people, how y'all doing today? Chico Mara David, and thank you so much for tuning in another interesting video. We are talking about two things in today's video. Be ready for a man to switch up on you. Be ready for that switch up. It always happen. Be ready. And the second one is women are always happier when they stay alone, when they are living alone. There's this fulfillment, there's this joy, there's this, inner peace that comes with it. Anyways, let me run some videos for you all to watch, and yeah, I'll share my thoughts at the end of the video.
Ladies, please always be prepared for a man to switch up on you. They love to switch up, and you know they do. Men will always switch up on you. Doesn't matter how you've got him, okay? Doesn't matter if you've got 3 houses with him. He'll switch up on you. He'll switch up on you with a ring on your hand. He'll switch up on you while you've got 10 kids with him, okay? If there's one thing about men, is they will always switch up on you. And they will do it, and they will feel no type of way about it, okay? This is how they see if you have an emotional attachment to them. And they do this usually early on in the stages because they're trying to see, like, have I got her? Have I got her? Because remember, ladies, I've said in my other videos, I've said in so many of my videos, it is a game. Okay? If you are not mentally strong as a woman right now, do not enter the dating game. It is treacherous out there. The streets are cold, okay? And it is a game. And we have got the men out here who are wearing masks that are just out here to manipulate you, okay? He's not being honest with himself. He doesn't even know whether he's coming or going. You've got the ones who are talking so much, and they have nothing to offer a woman, okay? You've got all kinds of men out there. So as a woman, you need to be prepared. You need to have the right tools and be fully equipped to enter the dating game, okay? And one of the things that men are going to do is they're going to test you, okay? Emotional triggers. This is what it's called, emotional triggers. Early on, when you're getting to know a guy, you're going through the dating stages with them, especially if you haven't really had any kind of deep conversations. Usually in the beginning, it's quite fun. It's very surface level. No one's really getting that deep, right? That is usually the stage where men are trying to figure out, okay, do I have her? Do I have her? Because again, it's a game. It's literally a game. Do I have her now? Do I have her? Once he knows he has you, and the way he knows he has you is you're going to get emotional. They know that they have you as soon as you show emotion. Emotion is, oh, you didn't text me. Oh, like I really wanted to see you today. You never ever initiate seeing a guy. You never ever initiate seeing a guy. How many times have you initiated seeing a guy and you felt so crap afterwards? You felt so, like, why did I do that? Not worth it. Not worth it, ladies. It's never worth it. It's never ever worth it. Men are not stupid. Men know if they want you, they have to go and get you. Men know if they want something, they have to go and get it. This is what they're taught from a very young age. If you want something, go and get it. So what do you think? That man's blind? You think that man's stupid? He doesn't know what he's doing? He knows what he's doing. Ladies, what you tolerate is what you accept. What you tolerate is what you accept. So if a man comes across a woman who has very weak boundaries and she's accepting nothing but the bare minimum, you're accepting last minute dates, you're accepting someone calling you past midnight, you're accepting someone being like, oh, I'm really sorry, I fell asleep. Oh, I'm really sorry, I was going to get you a present. If you're accepting this poor behavior at the start, this guy is going to treat you so bad. This guy is literally gonna take you through the ringer with him, okay? Ladies, you need to wake up and you need to start practicing detachment. You have to get to a point where you have completely mastered detachment. And detachment is not suppressing your feelings and your emotions and like just, acting like I don't care. No, we don't do that. We don't act out here. We genuinely don't care. And how you don't care is you work on yourself. Fall in love with yourself. Fall so deeply in love with yourself and your life and where your life is going. I want you to really pour into yourself. I want you to give yourself the love that none of these men have ever given you. That is how you master detachment. You're so in love with yourself that the love that someone else gives you, it feels very mediocre. It's not doing anything for you. You really love yourself. Like, it's funny because when someone says something to me, I'm like, yeah, I know. Like, I literally know. I used to speak to a guy once who would always give me these compliments. And then I was like, yeah, I know. And then he was like, oh, that's weird that you're saying I know. And I was like, what's weird? That I know that I'm an amazing person, that I know that I'm incredible, that I know my value. Is what's weird about that? I'm so confused. Like, you're literally telling me how beautiful and amazing I am, and he told me that I had this great aura. I'm like, yeah, I worked hard to have that magnetic aura. Like, yeah, tell me something I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
Because these men are pretenders. They pretend a lot, and you might not know who is who. At the very first beginning, just be ready for the switch up. Just be ready. I feel like if you're the center man, if you're the century man, you're in the stage of the century man, and you've the center man, all these things are not going to be bothering you. You're not going to be bothered. You just laugh because you expected it and you know something like this was going to happen. I feel like if you're the center man, I just feel like women should just be the century man because that is the best thing you can do to yourself. And you, the century man, and being in a relationship with a man would help you a lot, would help you to be sane, would help you to be able to navigate things well, would help you to be able to understand when things are happening. We'll even reduce heartache, to be honest. It will reduce heartache because you're not centering your life around him. You already expect him to do some things. You expect men to misbehave. You know that they will, even if they are not, you know that they can. So even if they're not doing it right now, if it happens, you expected it and you're not even bothered because even from the beginning of the relationship, you are not even centered around them. If that makes sense. So the thing is, always be ready for the switch up. A lot of women, I saw a divorce video which we're going to talk about later on, and this woman was talking about a divorce, and she said that her partner, she caught her partner cheating after they've been married for 12 years or 19 years, I think. And she caught her partner cheating. It really pained her. Like, she's really heartbroken, to be honest. And some people don't expect things like that. They feel like, oh, I've passed the 5 years relationship, I've passed the 10 years relationship, I didn't catch my partner cheating, and there's no how he can cheat on me, or there's no how something can happen, or he can do something. I see some people like beating their chest and be like, no, we suffered together, we grew together, he cannot betray me like that. They don't expect this switch up. So when the switch up happens, it affects them so much. Don't get me wrong, even if you expect it, it will still affect you because, of course, if you're in a relationship with a man, you're in a relationship with somebody, you're in it with your full heart, you love the person, you care about the person. So when the person hurts you, you're going to feel a little hurt if you care about the person, okay? So if you do not expect that switch up, it's going to be worse. It's going to be worse. Recovering, realizing, accepting that thing alone can drain you. Okay. But if it's something that you believe that it can happen, you believe that it's something you should expect or something, I don't think you're going to be so heartbroken. You will be heartbroken, but not so much that you cannot control it. Expecting switch up when they usually do romantic things to you, they usually make you feel special, and all of a sudden they do not care. Expect switch up when you notice that you always feel loved at a certain part of the relationship, then all of a sudden they don't want to spend time with you, they don't want to call you, they don't want to do anything for you. Ready for them to switch things up. It's not that that is what you want. Is you knowing that it can happen. It might happen and it might not happen. But if it happens, you're not caught unaware, you're not surprised, you're prepared for it, and you move on, right? That is not what you want, but you know that it can happen. And if it does not happen, fine, lucky you. But most of the time, they always switch things up. The ones that always all over you, all of a sudden they are not. The ones that always buy you gifts, all of a sudden they reduce it. The ones that always want to spend time with you, once they've gotten what they want from you, they kind of withdraw back. The ones that sees that you're now in love with them, they kind of stop showing you love anymore. They want you to be all over them. The ones that what they want from you is have kids with you. Once you start having that kids with them, they kind of switch things up with you. A lot of things makes a man switch things up, and most of the time it is not because of you, it's not because of what you've done, it's not because who you are, it is just who they are, to be honest. So let me roll the second clip for you all to watch to the end, talking about how staying alone gives a woman inner peace. It is kind of the best thing that will happen to a woman. Let me roll the video for you all to watch to the end, and I'll share my thoughts at the end of the video.
Do you know women's cortisol levels drop 35% when they've been living by themselves for 3 months or longer? This is done by research by Joe Dispenza, and I can tell you, like, after being in partnership and living with men for so many years now, and now living on my own in my own apartment, I have never felt peace like this in my life. And this is not a slander against men or anything. I'm just telling you, the peace that I feel right now is unmatched. I feel like I can think. I feel like when I'm out in public, I'm more relaxed. I'm walking more confidently. I'm walking slower. I feel clearer about what I want to do with my future. I know what I need to do with my day. I can work longer hours because I'm not so stressed out and caught up in somebody else's mood and what somebody else expects of me. I don't feel like I'm not enough. And that's always how I feel in partnership with a man, especially when I'm living with him. I never feel like I can fully relax at home. I love to cry for no reason. Like, I just cry on a regular basis, and not because I'm sad, but just because I enjoy it. And so, like, I like to be able to do that when I'm home. And I realize when I cry more often, I'm more in touch with my feelings, and I let myself just laugh and whatever. Like, I don't feel as emotionally constipated like I do in a partnership. And I feel like then when I'm in public, I'm a lot more emotionally regulated and happy and light. Sure, was there an initial detox? Like, I felt super anxious the first day or day and a half, and I cried a lot. It's like adjusting to be on your own again. But I swear that like third or fourth day, I was like, oh my God, the clouds have cleared. Like, I'm not angry all the time anymore. Like, as you've seen on my other content, like being angry, like I forgave the guy that cheated on me. I don't care anymore. I'm moving upward and onward. Like, I feel so good. It's just, I just think women have been sold this lie that we need men and men make us happier. Because you cannot contest the way that you feel when you're by yourself. As a woman, it feels just euphoric. And the last time I was by myself, it was after another breakup, and I was traveling around the world. And I equated it to just, living off my savings and traveling and, not having any obligations or being in Thailand. But I think it was just being alone. That's why I was so happy. And what's crazy too is when I was in a relationship before, like, I would always be thinking like, oh, I need to go do social stuff. I like this obligation, like, okay, I need to go make friends. Now I don't care. Like, I feel so happy just not doing anything and going and doing stuff on my own. And I'm naturally wanting to just go to, I went to a Zumba class today and saw a girl I hadn't seen him forever. And we're like, oh, let's meet up and whatever. Like, things just happen more naturally. They're not as forced. And I don't feel this constant rumination in my head that I felt when I was living with a partner. And if you want to watch the whole video of this, it's Why Women Who Live Alone Are the Happiest by Joe Dispenza. Look that up on YouTube. It will completely change your mindset.
I love videos like this because naturally, people will say that a woman cannot stay alone and be happy. She will feel lonely because there's no baby crying in the house. There's no man telling her what to do. There's no protector in there. Has nobody to protect her. Nobody to do this. Nobody to do that. But you see women staying alone, and you can feel the happiness. You can feel the peace of mind. You can feel it. Okay, these are the 5 videos I've seen, but I love videos of women coming out, especially women that stay alone and they're happy, they're alone, living their life, and they're happy. they tell you about the peace of mind, and especially the ones that have lived with men before. The ones that have lived with men before and they're not staying alone, they tell you how it is so peaceful. The ones that have lived with men that are so dirty, so disorganized, when they start staying alone, they feel that, like, wow, so I can put something here and it's here. So this house can be arranged, so this toilet can be cleaned, so this kitchen can be well cleaned. This, they love that peace of mind, they love that, sir, they love that environment, how clean it is and all of that. The ones that usually stay with somebody that fights them all the time, that always nag, insults, body shame and all of that. Once they're no longer with that kind of partner, once they're staying alone, they have this, wow, so I can stay in my house without fighting with anybody. It gives that peace. It gives that peace. And that's something society have, deceived women about, telling you that a woman cannot be alone and be happy. You see a successful woman and they tell you she's not really happy because she does not have a man. In fact, I still hear it till today. You just see them saying, "Oh, this woman is so successful. Oh, she's this." They'll be like, I pray she gets husband one day so that she can be completely happy. I pray she has children so that she can be completely happy. They put happiness in you must be with a man, you must be with a family, you must have kids before you can have that peace and be happy. But most of the time, most people that are even surrounded with men or they are married with children, once they have that alone time for themselves, that is when they find that happiness. That's when they find that peace of mind. If you see a woman that just want to go out away from her family, they are happy, they have that peace. So all these old lies that society have, told women that you must have a husband or children for you to be happy, they are all lies. The inner peace that you'll get when you're staying alone, when you're living alone, if you want it is the best. Okay. Anyways, what did you think of today's videos that we talk about? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section respectfully. It's your girl Mara Davis, and thank you so much for tuning in. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.